What is good, ladies and gentle weebs? Welcome to 2026 and my first video, 2026. I thought about it long and hard. It's usually a 3x3 I'm throwing out. We're recapping 2025, but I just didn't want to do the same thing this year. I wanted to switch it up. We watched a lot of anime. A lot of anime dropped in 2025. We watched a lot of it. So what if I just gave my props to those anime, in my own little special way? Like, what if I had an award show, and we just gave props to the animes that I watched this year, that I watched this year. Remember that, and we just gave them all their own titles. I think some people deserve praise, so that's what this video is for. Let's talk about the good anime I dropped in 2025. Let's get into it. And here we go. Welcome to KJ's 2025 Anime Awards, and as it says, Crunchyroll. I may or may not be coming for you. Who knows? Who knows? You guys kind of fumbled the bag last year. We'll see what you guys do for 2026, alright? But KJ's 2026 Anime Awards, it may shut you guys out of business. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying just we're gonna have to see, But let's get into it, guys. What to expect, alright? Categories to salivate for. That's what you should expect, man. We have Anime of the Year. We have Best New Anime. We have Best Anime Movie. We have Anime Studio of the Year. Director of the Year. Hidden Gem Award, and more. We have some categories in here, okay? We have some heaters. Now let's get into it, man. I'm excited. I forgot which ones I've given some awards. It's been a while since I made this. I made this at like mid-December. We are now almost second week of January, but it's cool. And of course, we have to give a massive thank you to all of you, to anyone out there who turned on Crunchyroll, turned on Netflix, turned on Hulu, Disney Plus, and clicked on an anime this year. Thank you. As much as people love to act like it's still this tight knit community and it's so niche, it's not. You've seen these box office numbers. Anime is it's a thing now. People know about anime now. It is a thing. There's parents that are teaching their kids about it. Like that is a thing. You don't get bullied for it as much as it used to be. As much as people like to act like that's still a thing, it's really not as big as it used to be. Pretty mainstream now. But yeah, whether it just be you opening up Netflix and trying random anime out, or an animator putting their all into their crafts to meet some deadline, I just want to give a thank you to all of you guys out there, man. Because wow, what a year. Good year. Now let's go to the awards. Starting off with the best weekly watch. As it says, this is the anime that had me doing backflips on it weekly, okay? These shows not only kept the hype, but they kept the tension and plot juicy week after week. Let's see our nominations. To Be Hero X. To be expected, no? It's To Be Hero X, it's to be expected. Takopi's Original Sin. Another banger. Ave Musica. Another banger. And then we have Zenshu. These four are like weekly. I just wanted more, Watching these four shows every week, I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait until Takopi's back. I can't wait until Ave Musica's back. I can't wait until To Be Hero. We had To Be Hero for so long, man. 24 weeks. Months. Like, oh my god. To Be Hero was nice. It was nice. Takopia was only 6 episodes, but still, the impact that those 6 episodes have, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And then we have Ave Musica, the drama, the Yuri. How can I hate it? And Zenshu, the isekai about isekai, or the anime about animators, as I like to say, which is cool. And then we also have our honorable mentions. Almost made it in, but there could only be 4. Ameku and the Doctor Detective. Now, Ameku didn't get talked about enough, I feel like. If you like detective shows, go watch Ameku. I promise you, this was a good one. It just was a sleeper, and I don't know why, but it did go under the radar. And the winner is, for Best Weekly Watch, we have to give it to Takopi's Original Sin, man. Because wow, man, from episode 1 to episode like just wow weekly. As much like as scared as I was to see what was going to happen next episode, because I didn't know if it was going to be a death or if it was going, if man. So for it to just all end how it did, but then just week after week I'm going through emotion after shock after shock, man. This was the weekly watch. It was, if you like had to watch anything, this was this amazing 6 weeks, man. 6 weeks of just great stuff. That's what Takopi was, and you just have to give it to it, man. I do think this one was the best weekly watch this season. I keep saying this season, this year. But now let's go into the Hidden Gem Award. As it says, the anime that was amazing, but no one talked about. These shows dropped amazing seasons of anime, but went under the radar. As I was just saying about Ameku, I'm pretty sure Ameku is going to be in this category. It's not. Wow. So we're starting off with Honey Lemon Soda. Shoujo. I honestly forgot about this one. Honey Lemon Soda did go under the radar. Next we have Flower and also poetry anime. So much better than I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. This one surprised the hell out of me. Then we have Medalist, which insane to me that no one's talking about Medalist as much. And then of course we have the Ranma remake. Out of these four, Medalist is for sure the most talked about, but it's still not like talked about, you know. But I've seen tweets about Medalist. I see some tweets about Ranma even, but these two shows, besides the like Honey Lemon Soda fans, when episode 1 came out, I think I saw maybe some posts when episode 1 came out, but like besides that, nothing. And then Flower and Astra, I've literally heard no one talk about it, even though the way that they make that poetry come to, oh my god, bro, we have to watch anime. It's beautiful. Then our honorable mention almost made it in, but like I said, there could only be 4. The Flagrant Flower blooms with dignity, because man, even though I know why this one wasn't talked about, when Netflix did to this, that's just sad. If this would have came out same time as it did over in Japan, no delays type thing, I do think this is up there. You know, we're talking about this with the other romance animes this season. But the winner, we gotta give the winner to Medalist, man. If you watch Medalist, you understand it. You watched Inori go through it. You were cheering for Inori right alongside me. We may not have been next to each other, you know, but the different houses, we're watching the same shows. It's all that matters. We're both cheering for Inori. We want her to win this. And then we see Hikaru go out there. Hikaru's doing her thing too. I don't hate Hikaru, but I need Inori to catch up to her. And when she does, I'll be there for it. And I'll still be cheering, man. Oh my god. And we're getting season 2. Jesus. Now let's go to the anime that hurt me personally, man. An anime that gave me glimpses of Clannad PSD. What? An anime that gave me glimpses of my Clannad PTSD is what I'm trying to say. Now these shows did a nice right kick to my gut, a left punch to my cheek, and ended off with a jumping knee to my nose, man. I just got comboed by these shows right here. Of course, starting off, Takopi. Like I said, Takopi was indeed a ride. Ameku. Now, if you've watched Ameku, I don't even remember the name. I want to say Kota off the top of my head, but I give any child that I don't remember Kota because I think of My Hero, so it may not have been Kota. But I'm thinking about the Ameku scene with the kid. I think he had cancer. We had the hat. Oh man. That whole episode, just, it was when I realized this show wasn't what I thought it was. I thought it was just a fun little detective show. No, we're getting emotional too, and wow, did it hurt. It hurt a lot, man. Then we have Orb. Now Orb, the first like 6 episodes of Orb, I wasn't seeing it. I didn't get what you guys were talking about, man. People were hyping this up and I wasn't. I'm like, yo, what? Plot twist on episode 2. I get to episode 2 and they're talking about how the earth rotates and stuff. I'm like, plot twist, but for that world it was a plot twist. It made sense. And then we get to the end of Orb. Those last 3 characters to go into, honestly, it's just when it just hurts hurts a little bit. Seeing Jolenta, we can't go back, bro. And then we have Rascal, and Rascal always hurts. It just always does. It always hurts a little bit because it's just sad. But this was actually different though. This time around, Rascal, it was just kind of seeing these characters that I saw in high school now in college living their lives growing up, man. Like, look at there was sometimes just tearing up just seeing like minds so I get to hang out, you know, just like, yo, look at that, you know, like look at this. It was nice, wholesome stuff, and sad as well, but it was nice and wholesome for Rascal for me. But let's see the honorable mentions. My Hero Academia. I get it. I understand it, actually. I do think just it was the last season, man. It didn't make a nomination because if the show isn't from like October to December, it's kind of like way too late in my mind. But My Hero last season, I'm conflicted about My Hero still as a series. I don't know how I fully feel about it. I didn't like a lot of what Hori did. Hori also made a lot of promises and didn't come in on them. I wouldn't say promises. He just said a lot. And then I didn't get to see a lot of what he said. I was supposed to get a Spider-Man scene with Sarah. Never really got that. Deku's dad. Never really got that. I was expecting a lot. Didn't get it. Hori was a bit sick though. You gotta let him slide. So just seeing the anime, panels I read months ago finally being animated, and finally being animated to the quality to which I know Bones can do all the time, which is what angers me. It was nice. It was just really nice. Even though I knew I wasn't going to like the end. I knew the ending probably wasn't going to fix. Like, I knew watching it in anime form probably wasn't going to change my opinion of it in manga form that much. But even still, just seeing it in anime form, it hit home a little bit, It made me realize that it's going away. And I was sad. But the winner has to be Ameku, man. Like I said, just watch Ameku. If you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. It's only like 12 episodes, very short. Go get that out of your way, man. That's one from 2025 that I think needs to be watched. Best returning series. Now, best returning series. Read it what it says. Season 2 was on par with the first type shit. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Not just because it came back. Not just because it returned. I don't care about that. I mean, season 2 and season 1 are on the same. Maybe season 2 could be a little higher. Maybe season 1 could be like a little higher, but they're basically on the same pedestal. These shows proved why taking multiple years to work on something is always the right choice. Let's see what shows we're talking about. Shoshiman, How to Be Ordinary, the first spot. Shangri-La Frontier at number 2. ReZero at number 3. And Grand Blue at number 4. I think it's a great nomination for me. I'm not gonna lie, this is a great top 4. Grand Blue season 2 was actually hilarious. ReZero, do I have to say anything? Did you watch the season? Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't even think I've talked about that one. And then Shangri-La, I don't know what it is about Shangri-La, man. Shangri-La is always gonna give me, like, you hear Shangri-La's coming back, it's like, yes, fun again. I love it. And then Shoshiman hurts me because I didn't know season 2 was going to be the end. So knowing I'm getting no more Shoshiman kind of really hurts bad. But for 2 seasons, that show is 2 seasons. Like, looking at this right here, right now, I pick Shoshiman. I don't know who the winner is, but I would want to tell you I'm picking Shoshiman. From season 1 and season 2, bro, that's such a complete story, and it's such a beautiful story. I loved it all, man. Let's see what the honorable mention is. Of course, the honorable mention had to be Dandadan. Dandadan being up there is kind of crazy to me, but I'm guessing this was a biased decision I made. Because let's be honest, Dandadan would be everywhere if it was just left up to what I liked, you know. So we have to put an honorable mention for some, and then Doctor Stone. Doctor Stone's always a good time. Not gonna lie, I just don't think there'll ever be a season where Doctor Stone's dropping, and I'm like, yo, Doctor Stone. You know, it doesn't matter. Senku always gonna get me interested in some shit, even though the science begin complicated sometimes. I'm stupid. But Senku's always gonna get me hyped about it, you know. I'll feel like I'm the smartest person alive. But yeah, two shows right here that returned and did great. And the winner is Shoshiman. Like I said, I had a feeling, man. I wanted to pick Shoshiman as I was looking at those nominations. It's just, like I said, it's done. So if you haven't watched it, you can go and watch it, and you've seen it all at that point. I do hope that there can be a season 3. Hopefully, I do think, like, I don't know if the manga's on hiatus, if it's fully done, or what, or light novel. I feel like Shoshiman's a light novel series. It can't be a manga. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I would love more Shoshiman, man. Give me more Osanai, give me more Kabato. I'd love it. I love this one right here. Studio of the Year. This is a good category to have, man. The anime studio that could throw me on the front lines like a soldier, you know? The anime studio that could just call me up and say they need me to fight for them, and I would instantly be down. No questions asked. These studios not only delivered, but they delivered to the highest degree on multiple projects. Let's see which ones we're working with here. Studio Bones. First spot. You have Mappa. You knew that was going to happen. We have Cloverworks, and then we have Science Sorrow. Now you see, we know Mappa, Zenshu. They did something else. Zenshu, Ranma. What else had Mappa drop? Chainsaw Man movie. They did a lot this year. Bones, My Hero, Gachi Akuta, Gachi Akuta. Bones have done something else this year I can't think of. But big ones, My Hero, Gachi Akuta. Cloverworks had literally an untold run. I don't know if that's ever been... Has that ever been done before? A studio just dropping 3 romance shows, or 3 shows at once in a season? All on the same day? Like, that's kind of fire, man. Kind of fucking fire. And Science Saru, I think they did a movie this year. And then Dandadan and Sanda. Man, Sanda was good. Like, Sanda, you guys are so lucky Sanda came out late, man. Sanda would be in some of these categories. But, yeah. Looking at this, I would give it to Cloverworks, I think. Well, let's see the honorable mentions. This is... One of these are Howlin' Studio. And one of these studios I don't know. Is that bad? We had to do a quick Google search, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yes, I was correct. This is Studio Initia, and this is the B Dream. This is Howlin' Studio. This is the studio that did Takopi. Had to put them both up here. B Dream. I've also watched Link Click this year. Link Click didn't really come out in 2025, and so I can't put it on anything. But B Dream. Studio B Dream, Link Click, To Be Hero. I'm excited to see what's coming out of this. You are an honorable mention right now, B Dream. But just know that, like, in the next few years, I see B Dream going insane. B Dream will be the studio we all know about. It won't just be the few people that know about it. You guys will all know about B Dream. And the winner is, like I said, Cloverworks. It was just a crazy run, like an actual crazy run. 3 romances all at once. We had Dress Up Darling, we had Rascal Does Not Dream, and we had The Flagrant Flower Does Not Bloom, all dropping on the same day, all made by the same studio, all romance anime. Kind of insane. Had to give it to Cloverworks. Crazy run. All shows had a good season as well. All looked beautiful. So yeah, round of applause to Cloverworks. You guys deserved it. You guys were crazy. Now we have to talk about the best anime movie. We sat in those theaters and we teared up. You guys heard the way I just said theaters? So weird. But yeah, these movies are just the start of anime's true potential. They not only got people in seats, but they made you tear up from seeing your series on the big screen. Which ones are we talking about here? Of course, Chainsaw Man, the Rize movie. Demon Slayer, The Colors Within, and K-pop Demon Hunters. Colors Within's crazy. I haven't watched this movie since like very early last year. Very like either January or February last year is when I watched this. It's crazy. Then Demon Slayer, Ufotable, Do I Have to Say Anything? And then we have the Chainsaw Man movie. Mappa did indeed go insane. And then of course K-pop Demon Hunters, which didn't hit actually did hit theaters. The sing-along version. I forgot about that. Honorable mentions. JJK Execution, once again, just came out way too late, man. Way too late for me to feel alright putting it on like an actual nomination spot. So I just had to go in the honorable mention because JJK Execution was great, man. And JJK starts in 3 days from when I'm making this video. You guys aren't prepared. If you're not a manga reader, I don't know if you're prepared for what Mappa's about to hand you this season, man. Because just from those episodes alone, it's looking like it's about to be insane. And then of course Down to Nine, Evil Eye. Those 3 episodes were in theaters before they were in the anime, and I knew we were in good hands just off those 3 episodes alone. I've never been, ever since like the 3rd episode, I never doubted Science Saga. There's no need to anymore. They know what they have, they know how to do it, and they know how to express Dandadan in the way that Tatsu kind of wants it expressed, I feel like. So I have nothing to complain about Science Saga. They're gonna keep doing that thing. But I do hope that this keeps coming a thing. At first I thought I hated this. No, I love it. Keep putting 3 episodes into theaters and I'll go every time, bro. I'll go every time. In the winter, I mean, come on. Do I have to say anything? Once again, this movie here. Now for Demon Slayer fans, yes, your movie was insane. It's not like Demon Slayer movie was trash or anything. But it was a ufotable and like it was just ufotable animation, you know? The destruction, I think I talked about this in my Demon Slayer video that I made. The destruction though, like when Tanjiro slashes something and like the wood splits up, the way the wood looks splitting up, that was ufotable doing new stuff. Like the destruction throughout that whole movie was ufotable. I've never seen them do stuff like that. But like the sword fighting, I've watched Fate, man, and I still think me watching Fate is probably why I don't like Demon Slayer as much, because I've seen Fate and I still think the powers in Fate look so much cooler and so much better and so much cleaner. But that Demon Slayer movie did look good. But this Chainsaw Man movie, I felt the love. I didn't feel that with Demon Slayer. Like I can tell the animators enjoyed making this movie, bro. They had the time in their lives making this movie. Maybe there's some cuts in this movie that are just insane, bro. Like actually insane. See, I just had to give it to Chainsaw Man. I feel like this was an animator's love story. And wow, was it good. Wow, was it good. Now let's talk about Director of the Year. We bow down to you. These directors guided their teams well, and the end product ended up being something genuinely amazing. Let's talk about it. Number 1, we have Lee Hao-ling, To Be Hero X, Link Click. Then we have Tatsuya Yoshihara. Fuck, what did Yoshihara do this season? I forgot. He's here for a reason, though. Just know that. And then we have Yutaka Nakamura. Just honestly, just Google. I wonder how it would look now. Google Yutaka Nakamura animation. And I wonder what's the first thing that'll show up. But whatever the first thing is that'll show up, you'll see it and you'll completely understand why he's here. And then last, we have Fuga Yamashiro. That is Dandadan's director. That is my favorite nerd. I think he's a great nerd. and he's the reason why Dandadan looks so good. I do think anybody else but him, it wouldn't be at the heights that it is now. Like the OPs and stuff. I think that's all Fuga, man. We don't get all that without Fuga. So shout out Yamashiro Sensei. Honorable mentions. We have Shota Goshozono. Once again, JJK just too late. But Goshozono, I can't wait for season 3. I can't wait to see Goshozono in more episodes, man. I hope he is. And then James Gunn. Superman. When Superman dropped, I felt like the world was healing. I don't feel like that anymore, honestly. But like for 3 months after Superman, it felt like, wow, maybe this world isn't so bad. And you gotta give that to James Gunn. He did a great job with that movie. I'm sad he's not directing Supergirl, but I do think that movie is going to be even better than Superman. I'm saying that here. It's a big take. But yeah, I don't know if Gus Ozono's the director of all of season 3. But I know those 3 episodes, or 2 episodes that were in theaters. If you watch Jujutsu Kaisen Execution, then you watched Gus Ozono direction, which is good. The winner, you got to give it to Howlin', man. I mean, To Be Hero X is special. It's truly special. That's all I can say about it, man. That was a special time. And it's just all these being like original stories that just know this the talent that exudes from this man is insane, bro. So Howlin', you deserve that, man. You truly do. OST of the year. Oh no. My body can't stop grooving. Yeah, because these shows brought the boops and the beeps at a level that felt just right to my ears. The music was part of the storytelling itself. Now, which ones are we talking about? Of course, To Be Hero X has to be there. Gachi Akuta, Gundam GQX, and Kowloon. Now, each of these soundtracks, no matter which one you pick up, there is a banger on. Like, there is a banger on each and every one of these. And in these 3 shows' defense, To Be Hero's soundtrack is so long compared to everything else, you know? To Be Hero has a long ass soundtrack. But let's look at the honorable mentions. Chainsaw Man, the Rize movie, of course, bro. Just because Kensuke Ushio has made me... I've always loved the piano, you know? I love songs that have piano in it, but like just being able to turn on In the Pool whenever I want, and then to switch to In the Sea after that, and just to see this subtle change that he made that makes it sound like just a completely different fucking orchestra. Oh my god, bro. This soundtrack is amazing. Amazing. I actually may listen to it again after this now. That's what I want to do. I want to hear that again. But the winner is To Be Hero X. I mean, like I said, bro, every single character has a good 5 to maybe 4. I think 4 minimum, maybe 3 minimum. I'm gonna say 3 minimum. Every character has a good 3 to 6 songs, just to themselves. Like that's how big the soundtrack is, man. And there's a lot of characters in this show. So yeah, you just have to give it to it. And for every, like, you can play that soundtrack top to bottom and maybe only skip 3 times. That's insane, brother. That is insane. I wouldn't skip it at all, but I can see you skipping like 3 times, maybe 3 times max. You're not pressing the skip button a lot. You're just gonna let it go through, and you're just gonna levitate up to the sky, because that's all that's gonna happen. Just a beautiful soundtrack, man. Now we get into the brawls. The Pure Hands and Pure Sakuga. Fight scene of the year. These shows delivered some of the most hyped fights of the year, topped with animation to match. Let's see what we're getting into. To Be Hero X again. Queen versus Boa. X and Ahu versus The World. Dragon Boy versus Smile. And Isol versus Isol. Good fights. All good fights. All good fights. Lord of the Mysteries. Nighthawks versus the Clown. And the Nighthawks versus the Creator Vessel. Great fights as well, man. Dragon Ball Daima. what you would forget even came out in 2025. Man, honestly, Daima could have went on the Hidden Gem Award. That's how like untalked about Daima was for how good it was. But Goku versus Goma had to be up here. And then last, ReZero, Garfield versus Kurgan. And then let's see our honorable mentions. Chainsaw Man, of course. Literally any. Go watch the movie, pick a fight. It's amazing, you know. And then we have Dandadan, Alcaran versus Evil Eye. That is one of my fights of the year. I've been waiting on that to be animated for forever, man. And the winner goes to Lord of the Mysteries, man. Praise the Fool, Klein Moretti, man, oh man. And the fact that you guys have to understand what Lord of the Mysteries did, bro. They dropped one season, and then like midway through the season, they said, "Oh yeah, guys, by the way, here goes our roadmap for what we're gonna do with this anime. We're gonna be giving you guys content for a decade. We're not planning to end this till 2035." That is insane. And it shows how much confidence they have. We knew that this wasn't going to flop. That never entered our consciousness. Lord of the, everyone's going to praise the Fool. They knew that off rip, and I'm happy they did, because wow, just wow. Now let's get into one of my favorite categories, the best romance anime. It's so lovey-dovey. You know, these shows just had me kicking my feet every episode. Let's see what they are. See, look, this is why Cloverworks has won Best Studio. I gave it to, because look at this. 3 of their shows are in my Best Romance nomination. I just had to give it to them. But that last one, Summer Hikaru Died, then we go Dress Up Darling, then we go Rascal, and then we have The Flagrant Flower Blooms. All great shows. Dress Up Darling is, I guess, the only one I really haven't talked about that much, and Hikaru, of course. Dress Up Darling was great. Good stuff. I mean, modding, Gojo, it's always gonna be good. I've seen way too many spoilers from this manga though, so there's like just certain panels that I'm waiting to be animated, even though I haven't read it. But yeah, I'm never worried. Just a Darling, I've seen where it goes, and I know I'll like it all the way through. Then we have the Summer Hikaru Died. Yaoi. We switched it up. It's usually a Yuri season, but we finally have some Yaoi. And a Yaoi on the Anime Award nomination. We love it. But yeah. Hikaru. Let me tell you guys my problem, right? This is my problem with Yuri and with Yaoi. I don't care how gay you are. Don't be pathetically gay, you know? We have to realize when to give it up. We have to realize when to let that other person go. And Ave Mujika, Karu, The Monster Wants to Eat Me. There's so many shows where they get pathetic. And I hate it. I hate it. But yeah, besides that, the horror in Hikaru as well. But this is, I have to look at this from pure romance standpoint. We can't even talk about the horror here, because the horror has nothing to do with the romance. But yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about the hand in the chicken, hand in the chest chicken scene, that I guess that did have horror and emotional stuff. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go to honorable mentions, man. Honorable mentions: Dandadan, of course, Momo, Akaran. We love seeing these two, and then Call of the Night. Call of the Night, honestly, another one that could have went on the Hidden Gem. Just really wasn't talked about as much. But like I said, I did see tweets about it. All of those shows I saw tweets about, it's just they weren't talked about as much as you'd expect them to be talked about for how good they were. And yeah, I'd say Call of the Night was one of those. I like this. Yeah, season 2, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's season 2. Good season 2. And the winner is, yeah. I copped out on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I bitched out, guys. I don't know what you expected from me. These are all really good shows. Like, all really good. Like, if I pick The Flagrant Flower, I instantly think about everything that happened in Rascal, everything that happened in this show, or modding your life, she was someone's best girl. You know, I love that. And then we have Hikaru, and Hikaru was so fucking good. Like, all of these shows are just too good, man. I can't pick a best romance anime of the season. Come back to me. Someone come back in like July August of 2026 and ask me again. Ask me again, what did I think was the best romance? And I could give you an answer. But for right now, at this moment, I cannot give you an answer. I like them all, man. Now let's talk about the best new anime. One season, one chance, and it was great. I say one chance because, like, that first season, really, I'm gonna give, and maybe all I give you sometimes, If it was, I'm not coming back for the second, man. I'm just not. So yeah, you have one chance usually, one season, and these shows just did it. These shows only have 625 episodes, but man, are those episodes amazing. Whether they're waiting on a season 2 or they told their story completely, these shows have impressed. Let's see what they are. Starting off, Praising Full, Lord of the Mysteries. Number 2, Orb, Movements on the Earth. Number 3, Takopi's Original Sin. And number 4, To Be Hero X. This is probably our most stacked category so far, I'm not gonna lie. Not going to lie, this is a stacked category. And honestly, what did I say here? These shows have only 6, but man, are these episodes? Yeah, I do think like this, all of these shows fit exactly what I said. It's tough. I couldn't tell you who wins this. This is very tough. Let's look at honorable mentions. Flower and Asura and Witch Watch, man. Witch Watch was fun. Witch Watch was so fun that I stopped on like episode 17, 18. I was like, no, I'll wait till this manga ends, and I want to read the manga. I don't even want to see it animated. I want to read the manga full through, and then I'll just rewatch it. Or go through the experience through the anime, That's how I feel about Witch Watch. And the Flower and Asura, like I said, poetry it's a beautiful thing. And honestly, that's what that show shows you. Poetry is a beautiful thing. And the winner went to Orb, Movements on the Earth. Honestly, it makes sense, bro. Like I said, one season, one chance, and just wow. And that's a complete story. I think, yeah, maybe that's why I gave it to Orb, because only Orb and Takopi were really the complete stories on there. And yeah, I gotta give it to Orb, man. Orb was just really, really good. I really think the only way it beat out Takopi is its world building. Great world building in Orb. But I mean, Takopi only had 6 episodes. We were building a city, not a world. It's almost time. Anime of the Year's up next. You guys know what that means. The biggest award. Who is going to win Anime of the Year? There's a lot at stake here. Let's get into it, man. This one needs no description. We all know what this award holds. This award doesn't go to the most hype. Solo Leveling. This award goes to the anime that kept us entertained throughout its whole run. To the show whose plot had us on the edge of our seats each and every single week. These are the shows that excelled in that. Let's look at our nominations. Oof. A couple you've already seen. To Be Hero X, of course. Orb, of course. Shoshimen. That's just me in there, I'm not gonna lie. And then Takopi's Original Sin. I do think, for me personally, these are all shows that just hit every itch. They scratched every itch I had. I'm satisfied with these nominations. I'm trying to pick in my head which one I would pick now and see if I had the same answer. Man, oh man. It's hard, man, because Jesus. Let's look at the honorable mentions. Honorable mention, Dandadan. We can't just give Dandadan the Anime of the Year every time, especially this year when we had some. This year, the Chinese came in and said, fuck Japan's anime season. I'm not gonna lie, that's what happened. It's probably bad to say right now, all that beef going on, but you guys know. You guys know what I mean. We had 2. Lord of the Mysteries, actually no. There's that one with the cubes too, I forgot. That was like the first clip I saw this year. Some anime where 2 dudes are fighting and he starts throwing cubes at them. I think it's called Super Cube or something. That was the first Chinese animation. And then Lord of the Mysteries and To Be Hero X came at the same time. That was insane. And I hope they keep coming back. We need more Chinese animation coming in some seasons, man. I love it. I knew it. Deep down, I knew it in my heart, man. The winner, anime of the year, to VRX. I just have to give it to it. I don't see how, like, weekly it's satisfied. You could go binge it. It satisfies. Music, it's all there. Character progression, all there. Through multiple different characters, powers, abilities. Don't even have to worry about animation because, like I said, B Dream's gonna do that every time. Like, it's just, it's all there. Ahu, we have a dog. We have a random dog. And I was so hyped. You see Ahu in the OP, and I was like, what is this dog going to do? And Ahu does live up to the hype. X does live up to the hype. Esol lives up to the... first Esol. Cool. Don't fuck with second Esol. Nice. Lives up to the... he did live up to the hype for a bit. And then kind of... Cyan, great. Queen, great. Lil Johnny, great. Ghostblade, great. It's just, man, oh man. I forgot my MC's name. Ling Ling, great. Like, this is, yeah, literally everyone on this poster has their arcs, has their stories, every story intertwines, and for it to just all be original, there'd be no source material for this. You gotta give it to it, man. And that is the anime of the year. That's it for me, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like, subscribe, tell me your anime of the year in the comments. You know, maybe you disagree with me. Like I said, this is from the anime I watched. Maybe there's some sleeper out there that you ended up watching and you're like, yo, KJ, why is this not on, why did you have this up on the nomination, you know? 2026 is starting off with heat. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna do a 2025 recap or a like anime. Well, yeah, we're in fall. I'm not gonna do a fall 2025 recap or anything like that because fall was just kind of dead as a season. It's pretty slow. But this winter 2026, we are going insane. There's way too many shows, way too many good shows. Like already, Sentenced to Be a Hero. Just watched episode 1 last night. Wow. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. I'm out though. Peace.